All right, let's talk about immediately invoked function expressions, or IIFE. Okay, so why is this even used? Well, actually, it started with being the fact that if you wrap everything in parentheses and define a function, you can provide that function its own scope. Okay, and that's the ultimate reason why it should be used. Okay, more than the fact that you're going to call something on load, but if you have both of those reasons, then definitely use immediately invoked functions. Okay, so here, everything we see on the right, that's from my index HTML, just simple input, right? Now, I'm going to add a second page in JavaScript. If I do it the normal way, I can do function, let's say, second page, and then const tag is equal to document dot create element. I'll create it this way. I'll do an h1, and then I'll do tag dot text content. Let's just say second page rendered, and then I could do document dot body dot, we can just append tag, and then we can call second page. Okay. And then here you can see that second page is rendered. This is the normal way. Now, immediately invoke functions, you just wrap the function definition in parentheses, and then you can call it either out here, or you can even call it in here. But why? Well, this is the second page, right? That means in my global scope, I can now reuse any of these variables. Well, I just have one, but now I can use tag again. So I can do something like const tag on the outside. Let's just say document dot query selector. I'll just select the input, and then I can do tag dot style dot border. Let's just say 5px solid red, like this. Okay. So as you can see, right, by wrapping second page in an IIFE, I can now reuse the variable tag on the outside. And it doesn't interfere with the tag on the inside, which is an h1. Okay, some caveats about IIFEs. What happens if I don't call this? Do I get an error? No, I don't get an error, but it doesn't run, right? Now, can I call second page down here like this? Nope, I can't. What's our error? It says second page is not defined. But why is that? We just defined it here. Well, that's because when you wrap a function definition in parentheses, even if you don't call it, you're already providing it its own scope. Okay? So second page was defined inside of this scope, so you cannot access it from outside in the global scope, right? So you have to call it right away, like this. Now we see second page rendered. Now, what about this? Can you have two immediately invoked functions? Let's just call this third, and then I'll change this to third. Okay, how can we see second, but we don't see third? What's our error? It says intermediate value, intermediate value, intermediate value. Okay, that's because when you're running an immediately invoked function, JavaScript will ignore everything else, right? Even if you do const, let's say num equals 5, it says 5 is not a function, okay? Because it's busy running this function still. The only way you can have more than one immediately invoked function is that you have to define another function with a name, like let's just say hi, and then you just leave it blank. Now we see the second page rendered and the third page rendered. Yeah. So this first IIFE ran, and then it hits a new function definition, so the engine stops running. And then it checks the script again. Now it sees a second immediately invoked functions, so it runs that. Okay, I hope this was helpful.